Overgrowth is going to be the map here, and spawning down to the lower left-hand position, we have got the blue Protoss player representing ESC. It's ShoWTimE. And his opponent up to the top right, the red Protoss player representing Alien Invasion, a player who is 1-0 up in this best of 3. We have Patience. So if Patience wins this, he advances in the top position of this group. And that is going to be very, very happy for him. He'll enjoy that considerably. Meanwhile, keeping an eye on what Patience and ShoWTimE decide to do. No sign of any proxies yet. Oh, while the Protosses start coming down, any proxy gateways are always a concern. Overgrowth is a cool map where you can actually proxy a 2-gate up in here. That's hilarious. If you ever had that done to you, you're scared. You're scared of it always. Neither of these two have actually checked, so if they had managed to sneak a probe in, it would have been successful. Ah, no. ShoWTimE knows. ShoWTimE's had this happen to him on this map. So he's aware. He's checking for that. Meanwhile, Patience, he also went for a good little check. They're both making sure that that doesn't come through. That'd be very, very scary stuff. Otherwise, both of these two just staying in a very comfortable position, adding in the 2 gases. Playing a very safe, standard opening here. Not too much else. Coming on down. Still just looking like very, very fun times. Patience goes for a little look. Make sure there's no other proxies. Checking all the normal locations. As is ShoWTimE. They're both very aware that in the second game, proxying and cheesing is very probable. It's usually game 2 actually where you do start seeing cheeses come out. Game 1, I very, very rarely see it. Game number 2 though, it's because if you're ahead, it's like, I'll just cheese him. It'll maybe work. If it does, or sometimes you get your opponent being like, I lost game number 1, I'll cheese him. I don't think I can win late game, so I'll just try and end this quick. Kind of an all or nothing build. Still, keeping an eye on these things, keeping a good check. No giveaways yet. The Cybercore is just finishing up. Both players are sitting on the 3 probes in gas. Actually, no. No, they're not. Patience only had 2 in there for the moment. So that actually means ShoWTimE was slightly ahead in gas. He's actually still ahead in gas despite starting his mothership core. Although, okay, the Stargate comes down. So actually it was pretty similar all in all. Still, keeping an eye. What comes out of this Stargate is going to be really important. Unless it gets cancelled. Nothing is coming out of this Stargate. A change of mind from Patience. Patience is just like, nah, I don't want that. I just want to go in. I want to switch mid-decision. I don't think he was even scouted, actually. Oh, no, he was scouted. That's why. ShoWTimE came in, so that's why it got cancelled. It was revealed, so he's just changed his mind up. Waiting to see if and when we get DTs on DTs. That's probably my favourite thing to happen in PvP. Dark Templar v Dark Templar. Especially if neither player gets detection. That's when it becomes awesome. The reason it gets so awesome there for me is because it's just like, it's a crazy game and you're just like, oh. Okay then. Neither player's got detection. It all comes down to that force field from the century of the ramp. If one player hits it, one player doesn't. That's how it ends up. Keeping a close eye still. We've got Blink getting corner boosted out. Where's the Dark Shrine coming down from Patience? Meanwhile, ShoWTimE, he's just going straight for the Blink. Also adding the robotics facility, so going to be very cautious. Probably will get out the Observer, therefore. Hasn't scouted the Twilight Council. I don't believe he's even scouted that the Stargate has been cancelled. So as far as he's concerned, ShoWTimE still thinks it's a Stargate, or could still be a Stargate on its way. Unless he thinks that it was going to get taken down. 2 additional gates finishing up. That's 3 gates now on both sides. So very, very similar builds. The biggest difference so far is the Dark Shrine. The blink timing is about 30-40 seconds ahead for ShoWTimE compared to Patience, and that's because he didn't cancel a Stargate first. Gives him a few more seconds to get that down. Expansion going to try and come from ShoWTimE here. Patience was looking to try and get a probe to proxy a pylon there, but was discovered before it was started. And that means the natural base is going to get begun. Dark Shrine, of course, also on its way out. That's finished. First few Dark Templar warping in. Where are they? Here they come. Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky Dark Templar. Coming in. Nice little position to block them though. There is of course the Observer. 2 DTs, not going to be able to do that much. Can go back, become Archons though, can stick around. Maybe hoping to get a bit of sneaky damage done if the Observer moves out of position. But it hasn't moved out of position, it's just chilling there for the time being. Still keeping a close eye on things. Patient hasn't tried to expand yet. Instead, he could just be going off of one base. He's got a decent amount of minerals in the bank, so could look to try and expand. But no, pulling this probe now. I suspect that that isn't anything at the forefront of his mind. Does have this Archon. That's actually going to be helpful. It means he can crush down any force fields that get in the way. Blink, of course, is researched for both sides. Army supply just favoring Patience by 2. A hallucinated second Immortal comes through here. May try and soak up some of the damage. Photon Overcharge able to trigger now that the Nexus is completed. Proxy Pylon should come down. Patience committing to this. He's on one base. There is no follow-up. If Starbuck is able to hold this, Starbuck would be in a very, very strong position. However, Patience is looking to end this quick. Observer is in position. Stalker's going for a bit more damage. They're blinking away. One gets put very, very low. Doesn't really help much with that Nexus. Just stops the shields regenerating for a while. Keeps that nice and low. Still waiting to see when Patience decide to go. Okay, Photon Overcharge is gone. A couple more Zealots in the mix. The Archon's still there ready to blast down any force fields. Second Photon Overcharge used. A Time Warp thrown down. The Archon not at the front, so those force fields are still going to be quite irritating. And he backs away yet again. 2 Immortals. A couple more Dark Templar morphing in here. They're going to become an Archon. Just add a bit more damage there. Repositioning his army. Needs an Archon on the front to break force fields. Of course, force fields don't withstand a massive unit such as an Archon, so they get knocked down. ShoWTimE. Up now, 31 to 22 probes. Patience knows that he needs to end this soon if it's going to work. The Archon's also very strong up against the Immortals. They've still got pretty tankiness, but of course, they're not armored, so they don't take the bonus damage from these Immortals. Interesting decision putting the gateway here. Blocks up some of the avenue the Patience may try to utilize. Minimizes the concave. Behind this, one lone Zeta came to try and counter-attack. Not doing too much. Was able to pick off 7 workers in total so far this game, though. The gateway taking some damage. Patience moving in. Has enough energy for a Time Warp. Goes for it. He wants to try and kill off this natural base, but can't decide if it's safe to commit. Moving forward now. A couple of force fields come on through. The Blinkstalkers move up onto the high ground. They're going to focus that Mothership core, trying to prevent it from getting enough energy to go for another Photon Overcharge. Is able to succeed. Army supplies are favoring Patience just at the moment, although it's a very, very close fight for both. Time Warp helping the Blinkstalkers have moved forward. There's still a single Immortal there, but boom! ShoWTimE keeps the damage up, keeps the damage through, and is able to level out this series to 1-1.